I recently was given this Lawn Boy Silver Pro mower. I'm going to work on it, see if I can get it going. It's from 1989, surprisingly. And a couple obvious things wrong with it. The fuel cap is missing, and the primer bulb is missing. And you can see the air filter and the air filter cover are missing. I'm going to start by cleaning this up and seeing what else this might need. And I'm going to update this video. I've gotten some parts for the Lawn Boy. I've got a fuel cap. I've got the air filter element, body primer, the primer bulb, got some primer line, some fuel line, spark plug, and the air filter element housing. Also have a container to mix some gas in and some two-stroke oil. Now I also obtained a copy of the parts catalog for this mower. It's really helpful to have a parts catalog because in addition to the parts information, it gives you a good idea of how parts go together, which is very, very helpful if you're not familiar with something. This is the rear axle assembly. You can see it's a little bit complicated, so if you were going to assemble something like this, you'd either have to make pictures of it or take notes. But with this, you can see exactly the way the components are installed, and that's really helpful. Thanks for watching. When I was working on the carburetor, replacing the fuel line and the primer line, I accidentally bent the governor spring. So that needs to be replaced. I did get a new governor spring. Also got the air vane and shaft assembly, which fits down through the carburetor, the adjusting collar, and a throttle disc. So I'm hoping to make some progress on this today. I've not had a lot of time to work on this, and I needed to do some research on exactly how all these things fit together. It's a completely different arrangement than a Briggs or a Tecumseh engine. Fortunately, I have a Lawn Boy Mechanic's Handbook, which has a lot of information on working on these engines. So I'm hoping I will make some progress on this. I'm quite pleased with the way this turned out. It's the first time I worked on a Lawn Boy two-stroke engine, and the air vane and carburetor throttle being all in one piece was quite different. The governing arrangement is also interesting with the adjustable collar. Every click is about 75 RPMs or so, I think. The only thing I didn't like about the design is that the shroud and rewind assembly are all one piece. So if the rewind spring should break, you can't remove it and replace it. The entire shroud has to be replaced, which seems a little bit odd. It was idling at about 2100 RPMs, and it was at high speed was about 3100 RPMs, which is about what the manual calls for. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.